Hi guys, this is Ted Isley. I'm the editor of the Hacklebender newsletter. We're talking about trying to get some fly tying videos up on the YouTube channel, so I thought I would give it a start. And if you're interested in contributing a fly tying video, I would love to have you do that. Contact me. If you don't have my personal email, you can always send an email to communications@bvff.com. We've got another video coming up that should be posted prior to the expo that I'm very excited about by another member of the club, so be looking for that. Today what we're going to work on is a pattern called an X-Caddis, which is a great pattern developed by Craig Matthews, kind of a pioneer in fly tying back in his day. What we're going to talk about is how to put hair on a fly without having it spinning around the hook. You know, if you're tying a muddler minnow, you want the hair to spin all the way around the hook. If you're tying an elk-hair caddis or an X-Caddis, you want the hair to stay on top of the hook as a wing. Well, how do you do that? Well, that's what we're going to talk about, so let's take a look. Since we're going to concentrate on getting that elk-hair on without spinning, I've already prepared the body, but you can see it's a very simple matter. It's got a simple dub body. In this case, I used olive green. I also used orange thread for visibility. You can see that that orange thread really shows through the dubbing, especially on the rear part of the fly. I didn't intend that, and I could blame the fact that I've got cataracts in my eyes for it, and I probably will. But you know, sometimes things like this end up being, well, perhaps genius. Or I've just wasted a bunch of time on a bad fly. But I'd rather let the trout make that decision for me. The tail is a shuck, so you can use Antron, polypropylene, or Zelon for that. Now let's get on to tying on that elk hair. So now let's talk about wrapping the hair on without getting it to spin around the hook. So normally you would just go around this way, but with this technique, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the shank, behind the elk hair, then in front of the elk hair, and then around. So we basically made a figure 8 with our orange thread. So we've got a figure 8 there. Now we're going to do 2 loose wraps, and now after the 2 loose wraps, now we can pull down on it. And as we pull down on it, that hair isn't spinning all the way around the shank like it would on a muddler. It's just staying right there. Okay, and so now I can bind that down. I'll come front of the head a little bit there, and could actually put some dubbing in front of there too. Trim the head. And I may have made that wing a little bushier than I'd like it to be, but there it is. There's your X-Caddis, and that's the technique of putting hair on without having it spin around the hook. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for joining me.